Well, that's a pleasant looking sight, isn't it? Very welcoming, isn't it? So, you may already know where we are and what we're about to do here. Before we do, though, I do want to address something. I realized at the end of the last video I was talking about the dungeons. I completely forgot about Stratholme. Don't worry, I fully intend to do Stratholme. How could I not? That'll be one of the last ones. So, I just wanted to address that in case some of you are like, what about Stratholme? Don't worry. Absolutely gonna do it. So, but we are going to be going into both of the Razorfen dungeons. We're going to start with Razorfen Crawl here in the Southern Barrens, as I feel like it's a nice starting point, and then we will head on over to Razorfen Downs over here in Thousand Needles, since this is like right at the border, right between the Southern Barrens and Thousand Needles. There's the Summoning Stone, in case you want to get an idea of where the entrance is. You cannot just fly to it through all of that. And there is a reason behind all of that. Like, there's, like, you know, a lore. Just have to do... Oh, there you go. I've explored the entire Southern Barrens. So let's get inside. So, welcome to Razorfen Crawl. Legends state that where the demigod Agamagan... Gosh, some of these names fell, his blood gave rise to great masses of thorny vines. Many quillboar have taken up residence in the largest cluster of giant thorns, the Razorfen, which they revere as Agamagan's resting place. Goodness. So I've gone through this dungeon numerous times in recent times, as I've said. Yeah. What's happening here is not all that great. Yeah. Oh, this is great. This is something that always happens. You walk through. Oh, I'm trapped. Oh, no. Yeah. You'd be surprised how often that trap gets caught, especially when people are just kind of trying to get through this as fast as they can.
Keep your eyes open. The stones speak of trouble.
So yeah, we're here on my shaman because you'd be, there's quite a bit of shamanism here amongst the
body returns to the crawl.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some pretty bad things going on here, taking place within the Thorns. You do learn quite a bit about what's going on here in the Barrens, especially the Southern Barrens. Though the questing in Northern and Southern Barrens does flow pretty nicely. There's my Twilight Dev. Yes, I'm a shaman and I have a Twilight Dev 3 on. You don't believe me? Right there. Twilight Devastation 3. Yeah. I can tell you right now, I'm very much looking forward to that whole system being gone.
I smell something.
Alright, so I'm not going to try and actually kill all these quillboar. It's something I'm actually going to try and do when we get to Dire Maul, and you'll see why. There's a good reason for that. Now, obviously, this is, again, one of those places that has been very much updated since the way it was back in vanilla. It's been very much changed to fit what's currently going on. So
the crystals speak to me. Today brings victory.
Alright, this is Rugug. Quillbore Society regards the reading of stones and crystals as the highest form of shamanism. Rugug served the Quillbore people for many years, quietly honing his divinative arts. He now serves the Quillbore as the overseer of all geomancers, and has amassed a powerful array of crystals with which to dispose of weaker ones. It is only a matter of time before these mystics overrun the Southern Barrens. So yeah, he will occasionally go into Bloodlust, as you see there. So this doesn't, this isn't really that difficult of a fight. Not really.
By Agamagon,
Oh, Agamagon. Okay, that's how you say it. So yeah, it would be very hard for me to actually try and
Blood of Agamagon! Burn!
So he'll summon a Crystal Fire Totem.
Swords of Earth!
And that totem. Yeah, that works very much like, a druid's, solar flare ability.
Blood of Agamagon! Burn them! I joined the Earth.
I'm actually gonna turn auto loot off. My bags, there's plenty of room up here, but still. You know what's funny? I show this, and I know there are some people, they would be like, oh my gosh, how do you keep your bags so empty? Like, there are people that they have their bags completely full. Oh, there's another rope trap. Oh no! I set up off a rope trap. Whatever will I do? I have always loved that ability. I'm just calling down lightning. Come on, I'm Thor. I love it. This is Hunter Bone Tusk. If a hunter's accomplishments are measured by the trophies that they return with, Bone Tusk would be regarded as one of the best. His cunning aim and animalistic instincts brought his hunting and tracking abilities to new heights, and only the strong stand a chance to survive against this veteran hunter. As if player character hunters could be able to do that, right? With trophies and such. So, I have a tendency to, if I'm not playing like a tank or whatever, I have a tendency to do this fight standing up here. You know why? Because he has a mechanic called Stampede where he has all those animals just charge through, like a Beastmaster Hunter Stampede ability, pretty much. So,
My boss will overrun you!
if you stand up here, you will very much not get hit by the Stampede. Let me see if he does it so I can show you. Oh, wait. He has to reach half health. Never mind.
You will never take my glory!
Alright. Defend the crawl with your life! So now we've beaten those two, we can get through here.
I don't have a target.
Alright, this next one is kind of funny because they've got a Spirit Link totem. This is why I want to do this as a shaman, because many of these things kind of amuse me, being a shaman main. Yeah. They are standing in a Spirit Link totem, and they force us to stay within the totem range. Wish my Spirit Link totem would last that long, but anyways. Warlord Ramtusk. The commander of the Razorfen military forces, Warlord Ramtusk is a massive, aging Quillbore whose thick hide bears the scars of many battles with Centaur, Harpies, Orcs, and even Tauren. In his later years, Ramtusk has embraced the company of Quillbore's spirit leaders, Agam, Thorncurse, and Deathspeaker Jarba guide his thoughts from the spirit realm. I just realized, was there a quest for this? Or did I not have it available? Ignore that, that's for my garrison. Hold on. This is why it's good to be a Ghost Wolf. Yep. Especially enhancement, because then I get this extra ability called Spirit Walk. Speed boost. Super fast Ghost Wolf. Because now I can quickly run back to the starting area to see if there was a quest I missed. Because I do want to show the quests. And I'm starting to wonder, did I actually do this dungeon when I was first leveling this guy? Because I honestly cannot remember. I don't remember how many dungeons I actually did and how much questing I did. And this was before when I was only playing Enhancement. I was not even thinking about playing Resto because I was scared to death back then of the idea of actually playing a healer or a tank. Okay, so it looks like this... Yeah, alright. So it looks like I already did this quest back then. I must have done this dungeon at some point when I was leveling this guy. I honestly do not even remember that, but this was like, you know, years ago now. At least I think it was. There's one of those optional chests right there. Alright, so I believe these two here are bosses that used to be here in the vanilla version of this dungeon. I think.
Spirits, guide
So
my
when
way.
this fight starts, everybody in the group gets immediately pulled within. And if you try to back out... There you go, right there. You get bounced right back to the middle.
Eagles, aim for the eyes.
And of course, you have to take down all three.
This is not the last.
Run, Tusk has fallen! We must protect the crone! Now, you may think that is a bit of an insulting term to be called a crone. However, in this culture, crone is actually considered a very nice, title amongst their society. So that was pretty bad right there. Those things died and created this thing. Yeah, by the way, I'm 475. So even my lightning bolt on enhancement, which is my weakest ability, is gonna one-shot anything in here. Usually people ignore this and just run past it. Look at the, yeah. You can see the signs of the overgrowth, which is something that we deal with during the questing of the Southern Barrens. And of course, if you've done the content and questing in Warlords of Draenor, you know how bad the overgrowth can get. Just look at what happened over in Nagrand, I believe it was. Hold on. I just want to make sure I get this right. No, Gorgrond. Yeah, this area here. Yeah, this very bad area for the overgrowth. A lot of cave bats. This room is a little... It's not that bad. The trash in here is not too bad to deal with. Alright. Alright. This is Groyat, the Blind Hunter. After years of seclusion, a monstrous creature from deep inside the dark grotto emerged. This gargantuan bat continually feeds on the boar once named Agathalos the Raging, whose dark power was once fueled by continual consumption of bat guano. So yeah, he has a drain life ability, but the more annoying mechanic in this fight is Sonic Field, which, if you get hit by that, it silences you for, like, 4 seconds. Or, I think it's 4 seconds? I'm pretty sure this is the one that silences you, because I remember getting silenced in this fight because of that mechanic. Let me see if I can actually show it off here. Obviously, Drain Life is not going to be that big a deal against me at this point. Sonic Field, here we go. So he'll drop it here, and then I'll send that out. Maybe I'm thinking of a different fight. I remember this kind of thing for some fight. Oh, like right there. Like if it hit me, then it's like, oh, you see that? So that hit me, and that momentarily either stunned me or silenced me. That's what I'm talking about. So let me back away from this. Alright, so that's going to be doing that, and then after a while I'll send that out, and let's see if I can actually show it off here. Yeah. So this is going to hit me. Never mind. Whatever. Just trying to show off the mechanics of the fight, and the game won't cooperate with me. Okay. So I think that actually either used to be an optional boss or an alternate route, I think, because there's a skull over there. But any time we've gone in here, there's like just been some trash here, like boar spirits, but no like actual boss. And I'm wondering, hold on a second, since I'm here, what if I actually did take out all the trash here? Will an optional boss spawn or something? Because otherwise, why is there a skull marked for this area? And what is that? Oh, that's just a torch. So I don't really know what the story is about why this area is marked that way with a skull. So, anyways. So now we head on over here. There's an extra, like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this guy is considered a rare. So, anyways. Plantains. So unfortunately, it looks like I don't have the quest, because then here's the spirit of that ancient. Yeah, so he would, you know, ask you to deal with this crone because, well,
I see you, interlopers. You tread on sacred ground.
hey, it's the voice actress for Syndragosa, doing a character that actually matches her voice.
Insignificant whelps! What makes you think you can challenge me?
I should read the thing on her. The leader or crone of the Razorfen tribes is Charlga Razorflank, a quillboar whose experimental and powerful geomancy practices are second to none. Her meteoric rise to power and the rapidly increasing violence between quillboar tribesmen can only lead to one thing: war. Alright, so I think... yeah. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh well. Farewell, Charlga. May the Earth Mother watch over you. So yeah, we basically helped out Agamagon here deal with their practices that they were doing here, which were not good. So we have now taken out their leader here, which helps prevent some very dangerous situations involving them trying to bring violence and war to the Barons, while the Horde and the Alliance are fighting over the territory, and let's just say having to also deal with the Quillboar under that leadership is not a very good idea. So hey, we have saved Razorfen, except there's something else going on in another part. Not Razorfen Crawl, but Razorfen Down. And that's where we're heading now, to deal with that. Wonder if I fell down there, if it'd be like instant death or something. Or if the vines would just consume me like, you know, like the like the talking plant from Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Quillball. That actually works. It rhymes. Instead of Seymour, it's Quillball. Feed me, Quillball. Feed me. hurry this up. It's one of those dungeons that sadly does not have a way for you to either get teleported out or get teleported back to the entrance. So. This is one of the reasons that I love running older dungeons like this on my Shaman because of Ghost Wolf. I've said it for a long time. Ghost Wolf for the win. Okay. So now we'd head over here to Thousand Needles. And I believe the entrance is right over here. Oh. Well, hello there. Hold on. Grim Totem. They need to die. Yeah, Magath ain't bringing you back. More Grim Totem.
I need a target.
Oh, okay, never mind. This is not the entrance. This is part of a quest. I did, like, only a tad bit. Wasn't really that interested in the questing here, but I do plan on coming back. You can see, I plan on pursuing the lore, master. Here we go, Razorfen Downs.
I don't have a target.
I hope I'm going the right way here. Yep, there it is. So what's going on here at Razorfen Downs is a little different. Bit of a different problem. And yes, this also used to be different back in vanilla and has been changed. Legends state that where the demigod Agamagon fell, his blood gave rise. Okay, so it's the same one. Okay, except that things are a little different here in this one. For one thing...
Heroes, I require your aid.
So this is Corey Straza. Sadly, I must have actually done this dungeon on this character before. I don't remember doing that. So, oh well, it's not a big deal. You are good to have come so quickly. I'm afraid that I must ask you to put your lives in danger again to save Kalimdor. Amnenar's apprentice, Death Speaker Blackthorn, hopes to return his master to the realm of the living. We must quickly make our way atop the Spiral of Thorns and defeat him before the ritual can be completed. We must strike together. Only with our combined force can we hope to stop him. I thought Amnenar was destroyed. I too thought Amnenar was the Coldbringer had been defeated. A grave mistake indeed. How clouded my judgment must have been to forget that the true power of a lich lies in their phylactery. A powerful necromancer such as Amnenar can store his soul in a physical vessel, allowing himself to be reborn if the proper rituals can be completed. This is the same thing that applies to other liches, including Kel'Thuzad and Amalthazad, though Amalthazad hasn't been killed, but Kel'Thuzad has. And that was the whole thing with the phylactery was a thing back in the day. I should have searched across Kalimdor for Amnenar's phylactery, but I was too prideful in our previous victory. Now all of that work may come undone. Well, skeletons assault you constantly and plague rolls out of the caves. How can I help stop the ritual? I know Death Speaker Blackthorn's newest creation, Mushlump, spews forth plague from every pore, and he has re-enlisted Mordresh Fireeye's help in the rallying the undead. Even the Death's Head has been helping Blackthorn. The Arachnomancers have created a monstrosity of fang and plague, a spider of enormous size named Aerox. Oh, why'd you have to tell me that? If you could defeat these enemies and clear the plague blocking the path, we could climb the Spiral of Thorns to defeat Deathspeaker Blackthorn and recapture Amnenar's phylactery before it is too late. fine. I'm not gonna be happy about this, though. That's right, an arachnomancer. No. Nope. Nope. Twilight Dove, please go off right now during this little portion here. Just annihilate everything that looks like a spider.
I need a target.
Oh, that makes it even worse for someone like me. Just seeing them just hanging there. Ugh. Just like, nope. Nope. What?
I don't have
Like, screw you, game! Screw you! In case you can't tell, I have a very strong fear of spiders. And I, hate it every time there is a giant spider boss. Not just in this game, but just in any game. Oh my gosh. That, Insects Spiders Be Gone mod for Skyrim was one of the very first I got. So that is Aurochs. The Arachnomancers, blech, of the Death's Head cult are particularly proud of their efforts. After many failed attempts, they have finally created a suitable guardian for Death Speaker Blackthorn. Aurochs is a huge spider whose body bristles with toxin-filled pustules that burst and ooze noxious liquids. The Arachnomancers now await the opportune moment to unleash their creation. So this fight can be a tad bit annoying because of one particular mechanic. So first you gotta... I mean, some people don't even bother. But the way to get that boss down is to hit this gong. Yes, apparently a gong is what you need in order to summon a giant spider. And screw you. Not really interested in showing off the mechanics, because screw giant spiders. I'll just simply kind of tell you about it. She has this ability called Web Strand, where she will actually, like, if you're a caster and I've healed this fight, if I'm standing over there, she will attach a line of webbing and try to drag me toward her. Or him, whatever. Usually the giant spiders are females, because they're like spider queens. They usually go the spider queen route, so... It's just one of those mechanics that's a little annoying because you're having to make sure you back up away from it. So this fight is interesting. This is Mordresh Fire Eye.
Soon, Aminar will return.
He is...
Our conquest of Kalimdor begins, and nothing will survive our wrath.
He is rocking on a guitar. Look at these. They're headbanging. Yeah! Throw up the horns. Woo! Rock on! Yeah, I'm putting an end to that.
Soon, Aminar will return.
Nope. I'm ending this concert.
Begins, and nothing will survive our wrath.
Through necromantic magic, Death Speaker Blackthorn was able to rekindle the flames of Mordresh Fire Eye's soul, returning him to undeath. As a former shaman, Mordresh has exerted his twisted control over the elements. He burns and scorches all those who threaten the Death Speaker's work. So yes, this is an undead shaman.
Conquest of Kalimdor begins, and nothing will survive our wrath.
Blizzard, this is in lore. We have these things in lore, and yet they are still not playable. I have already shown the example in Noxramas of an undead paladin being an actual thing in lore in this game, and yet we still don't have playable undead paladins. Here is an example of an undead shaman, and we still don't have Forsaken undead shamans. Come on, Blaze. Give us more of these kind of race class combinations. We've been asking them for years. But yeah, he's got very familiar. I mean, he's got, you know, lava burst. I have lava lash. You know, so yeah.
Your bones will be added to this pile.
Look at his weapon. He's hitting me with a guitar. So he does have a mechanic that can be pretty rough to deal with, especially if you ignore it. He's got these blazing servitors, and they form that line there. You see that? That can hurt. That can do quite a bit of nasty damage. So you have to, because you can see here, it inflicts a lot of damage every half a second. You'd be surprised, like, how likely a wipe can happen if the group completely ignores them. Yeah. Like, obviously you want to focus the boss, but if you just ignore those things, yeah, you may end up wiping. Yeah, so look at all these gunks and... Ugh. Bubonic ice. A lot of plague stuff. A lot of, you know, this is some stuff that's actually left over from the Scourge, which was like a small scouting, you know, group. You know, not really a giant Scourge force at all. And yet it did this much devastation and damage because, you know, it's the Scourge. So this is Mushlump. You probably recognize him. He has a very familiar looking model. Very much either like Fester Gut, you know, from Ice Crown. Yeah. Very much the exact same model. A recent creation of Deathspeaker Blackthorn, Mushlump is a grotesque collection of parts collected from other failed creations. Full of bile, pus, and other noxious humors, Mushlump contaminates the halls leading to Deathspeaker Blackthorn. So yeah. This isn't that rough of a fight. Not necessarily.
Mushlump playing with squishy.
I like that he talks like an abomination. Plays with squishy. Mushlump want to play. I can't help but just, you know, default to the, you know, the way Stitches talks. Tummy ache, that's a rough ability to deal with. It does a, you know, a decent amount of rough damage. But yeah, only a few mechanics. You know, obviously, Ball of Health does, you know, damage over time, so...
You kill Mushlump, owie.
Owie.
I need to get closer.
But yeah, Blackthorn's basically using what's left over of some of the stuff from the Scourge to kind of, you know, use them to his advantage here. Hey, Corey Straza. So you can see her in her humanoid form here. She, you know, she's a blood elf, so...
What brings you here?
But that's not surprising, considering that she's a red dragon, because many of the red dragons are either humans or blood elves. You've done it. The plague preventing my access has been disrupted, and we can now begin our final push to disrupt Deathspeaker Blackthorn's ritual. Lead on if you're ready to begin.
Be careful. Together we can put a stop to Deathspeaker Blackthorn's plans. We must be quick. The ritual is almost complete.
So you'll see it during the boss fight, but on your way up here, while dealing with this trash, she will do something there. Because she's a red dragon, she can, you know, be able to shoot out pools of Fire of Life.
Darkness can hold back the powers of the Life Binder.
So you can see it heals me every second and increases healing done by 100%. So as a healer, you want to stand in this, not just to heal yourself, but to also increase the amount of healing you do for your team. You know, she's a red dragon, so, you know, if you remember what Alexstrasza did to Bolvar at the Wrathgate, this is a very familiar thing that red dragons are capable of doing. Though it is funny, she's like, nothing, no darkness can hold back the powers of the Lifebinder. To which some of us just kind of chuckle, because we're like, uh-huh, sure. But then again, dragons tend to have this perception of things that are not quite true. So like I said, she does it to help you with the trash on the way up here to get to Blackthorn, but she'll also stick around to do the same thing during the boss fights. Gosh, I cannot... That's another reason why I can't wait for corruption to be gone. I hate those stupid eyes. I try and keep my corruption always under 40 because I do not want to deal with things from beyond. Especially if I'm doing higher level content. I do not need to deal with that nuisance. So this is Deathspeaker Blackthorn, and there's the phylactery. Deathspeaker Blackthorn rose quickly through the ranks of the Death's Head cult after the defeat of Amnenar the Coldbringer. Shortly after usurping control of the cult, Blackthorn began receiving dark whispers. These whispers promised power and riches beyond belief if he could return Amnenar to life. Compelled by unnatural energies, Blackthorn discovered the location of Amnenar's phylactery and has returned to Razorfen Downs to complete the ritual that will return his former master to life once more.
Amnenar will be reborn!
See if he's gonna do the skeletons mechanic. Yeah, he's got a few mechanics here. Alright.
You are too late. Amnenar is reborn.
By the way, you guys like my transmog I got going here? This is the full mythic set for the shaman from the Nighthold. And this is the honor level 10 transmog appearance for the Doomhammer. I just think it works really well. Oh my goodness, Amnenar. He has been revived. So yeah, definitely a Lich. The Lich Amnenar was once a force of reckoning within the Scourge, participating in the assault on Mount Hyjal during the Third War. I don't remember him in Warcraft 3, though. Afterward, the Lich King instructed his servant to remain in Kalimdor and expand the Scourge's influence. This effort was thwarted by heroes of the Horde and Alliance, referring to how this was back in vanilla. However, now the relative peace that has been brought to Razorfen Downs may be threatened. Deathspeaker Blackthorn hopes to revive this powerful Lich and renew the assault on the Barrens. So yeah, he's got just a couple of mechanics, you know, Frozen Bomb, Soul Leech. They can do pretty rough damage, which is why you absolutely have to take advantage of the Redeemed Soil, because Soul Leech, yeah, it heals him, but if you've got Redeemed Soil, yeah, he'll become stunned and Soul Leech will be removed, so very critical use that Soil ability.
You'll never leave this place alive.
Very, very similar Lich model.
Heroes, step quickly into the redeemed soils and allow life to flow back into you.
Yeah. I'll actually stand out of it for a moment just to show you what it's like and why it's important to get into the soil once you get that put on you. Yeah, frozen bomb, yeah. Nasty dot.
Heroes, step quickly into the redeemed soils and allow life to flow back into you.
Huh. That's an interesting extra ability for the dagger.
We have done it. I will take the phylactery into safekeeping. Aminar will no longer control the Quillbore nor threaten Kalimdor.
Well, okay then. I mean, you could just also give it, to me. I'm just saying. We have a tendency to be more trusted with these things than other people do. So, anyways. So, we have dealt with the crisis in the Razorfen Crawl and the Razorfen Downs. So... I think... Let us kind of stick in Kalimdor for a bit longer. And how about we head on over to Moradon? Stay tuned.